The segment began like any other typical late-night appearance. The jazzy house band wrapped up their intro as the camera zoomed in on Bill Maher at his desk, cracking a joke about the news of the day before turning toward the stage with his signature grin. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's guest is a legend of the screen, an icon, a man who needs no introduction, but I'm gonna give him one anyway. Please welcome Denzel Washington. The audience erupted into thunderous applause as Denzel strode out, effortlessly cool, in a dark tailored blazer and open-collared shirt, flashing that familiar charismatic smile. He shook Bill's hand and took his seat, nodding appreciatively to the crowd as they settled. "Man, this is a loud crowd," he joked. Bill laughed and fired back. They know royalty when they see it. The two exchanged light banter about Denzel's latest film project, a gritty historical drama based on a real-life courtroom story, and the mood remained upbeat. They riffed on the challenges of doing emotionally charged scenes, the evolution of Hollywood scripts, and even poked fun at some of Denzel's earlier work, with the actor playfully groaning when Maher brought up an awkward early career commercial. "Oh no, you didn't find that," Denzel laughed, rubbing his forehead. "Man, the internet is undefeated," Bill quipped. As the laughs faded and the conversation moved into deeper waters, Maher pivoted. "You've played all kinds of roles: cops, crooks, soldiers, revolutionaries. But I want to ask about something off-screen." Denzel leaned back slightly, eyebrows raised but smiling. "Here we go," he said in a mock-serious tone. Bill smiled tightly. "You've been pretty vocal about faith, right? God, spirituality, all that. I find that curious, especially in this day and age where, let's be honest, belief in magic men in the sky is kinda passe." The audience gave a mix of awkward chuckles and murmurs. Denzel's smile waned just slightly. "Well, I wouldn't call it that," he replied carefully. "For me, it's not about fairy tales, it's about discipline, direction. It keeps me centered." Maher leaned forward. "But don't you think that's just conditioning? I mean, come on, Denzel, a brilliant guy. Doesn't it feel a little hypocritical to preach critical thinking in your films while embracing something so unprovable?" Denzel's jaw tightened, and the mood in the studio palpably shifted. The air grew taut as the band fell completely silent and the camera crew stopped fidgeting. He gave a brief nod, trying to keep the mood civil. "You're free to believe what you want, Bill. But faith isn't about proving anything, it's about living something." Bill didn't back down. "But doesn't that concern you, that you, with all your influence, could be promoting a way of thinking that makes people shut down their brains? Isn't it dangerous in a time when people are already so prone to conspiracy and delusion?" Denzel's demeanor changed. The easy smile was gone, replaced by a cool, restrained fire. "Dangerous? No. What's dangerous is people pretending they're enlightened because they can mock something they don't understand. I'm not out here telling people what to think. I talk about my experience, my journey. If that bothers you, maybe look in the mirror and ask yourself why." Bill raised his eyebrows, clearly not expecting pushback. This sharp, "Hey, I'm just asking the questions, man." Denzel leaned in, eyes locked. "No, you're not. You're mocking. There's a difference." The crowd responded with a surprised mix of applause and murmurs, sensing that the exchange had shifted into unfamiliar, uncomfortable territory. Bill tried to inject some humor back into the moment. Okay, don't go full training day on me," but Denzel didn't laugh. His jaw flexed, eyes unwavering. Trying to shift gears, Maher moved to politics. "Let's talk real-world stuff. You've been quiet about the last few elections. I'm curious, what do you think of the current state of black leadership in politics?" Denzel exhaled slowly. "Man, you're really stacking these topics, huh?" The audience gave a nervous laugh. "Look," he continued, "I'm not a pundit. I'm not running for office. I'm not going to sit here and reduce complex realities into sound bites for your show. Black leadership, white leadership, what we need is real leadership. People who know the difference between truth and performance." Bill smirked. "That's kind of a cop-out though, isn't it? I mean, you've got this platform. Millions of people listen to you. And yet, when it comes to taking a stand, you're..." Suddenly, Switzerland. Denzel's face froze. "A coup-out," he repeated. "I've stood for something my whole career, even if I didn't tweet about it. I put my integrity in my work, in my actions, not in hashtags. Just because I don't play your game doesn't mean I'm not in the fight." A wave of gasps rippled through the crowd. Bill blinked, caught off guard by the rising temperature. Bill pushed again, perhaps trying to provoke a viral moment. "But come on, isn't silence just complicity? Don't you think staying neutral is part of the problem?" Denzel's response was swift and firm. "You don't get to tell me what silence means. You don't know what I've done behind the scenes, what I support, what I've sacrificed. You sit behind a desk and poke holes in things for a living. That's fine, that's your lane. But don't you dare tell me what mine is." The audience erupted in applause, some standing. Maher, visibly annoyed now, gestured toward the crowd. "Well, I guess you've got them on your side. Congrats." Denzel stood up slowly. "This isn't about sides. That's the problem with this whole damn conversation. Everything's a debate, a clapback, a gotcha. You asked me here as a guest, not a target. Bill held up his hands. Hey man, we're just having a conversation. Denzel looked him dead in the eye. No, you're trying to perform one. And with that, he turned, walking away from the desk. The camera struggled to keep up. As Denzel exited the stage, the band frozen, unsure whether to play him off or sit tight. Bill fumbled for a response, glancing at the crew, then back at the audience, which was now in a half-shocked silence. Well, that happened, he muttered. A few uneasy chuckles surfaced, but the energy had clearly shifted. What had started as a promotional puff piece had unraveled into a genuine moment of tension, a collision of worldviews laid bare in front of millions. Bill, now slightly red-faced, tried to smooth it over with a joke. Let's hope the next guest isn't a preacher, but it fell flat. Denzel didn't return, and the segment cut to commercial earlier than planned. In the days that followed, the clip would circulate widely online, with some calling Denzel's exit a powerful statement of integrity, while others labeled it overly sensitive. Pundits debated it. Hashtags trended, and as always, the internet picked sides, never resolving, just spinning. The producers scrambled behind the scenes, unsure whether to cut the segment altogether or lean into the controversy. Ultimately, they aired the full exchange, unedited, perhaps sensing its viral potential. The show's YouTube page posted a teaser titled, "Denzel Washington Walks Out After Fiery Debate with Bill Maher," and within hours, it was trending across multiple platforms. Comment sections lit up with thousands of viewers taking sides, some praising Denzel's composure, others accusing Maher of disrespect. Think pieces followed. Headlines screamed everything from Denzel's classy exit to cancel culture strikes again. On social media, celebrities chimed in, with fellow actors, activists, and even politicians weighing in on what the exchange really meant. The moment had gone beyond the segment. It had become a cultural flashpoint. The most poignant part, neither Denzel nor Bill issued any official comment afterward, fueling speculation that neither regretted their words, making the silence all the more potent. That night, Maher returned for the final segment of the show with a thin smile, attempting to diffuse the lingering tension. Well, tonight didn't go as planned. I thought I was booking a movie star, not a sermon, he quipped, trying to elicit laughter. It didn't quite land. He moved into a closing monologue about the need for tough conversations in a divided society, but it felt more like damage control than insight. Viewers at home felt the awkwardness like a tremor through their screens. Meanwhile, Denzel's name continued trending for days. The actor was spotted leaving a charity event later that week, reporters shouting questions about the Maher walk. He said nothing, just nodded, smiled faintly, and moved past the cameras. That image, stoic, composed, silence said more than any tweet ever could. And just like that, what began as late-night entertainment had transformed into something far more raw and real, an unfiltered moment of human conviction in a world addicted to performance.